I'm just going to pause that. There we go. So sitting on our bums. So I'm going to be checking in with you guys tomorrow about your legs. So I did this workout yesterday, and today I can barely walk. So it just took 20 minutes. That's it. Yesterday I was fine, but then this morning and then now progressively during the day, I'm like, wow, I can't even walk. And I probably couldn't even get upstairs. So it was kind of like having an Iyengar moments, you know, with the legs. Okay, so I will be checking on you to see how your legs are if you can walk tomorrow. All right, take the right hand, palm facing up, shove it under the bum. Okay, sit on it. Pull your shoulder blades closer together and then lean to the opposite direction. And if it's okay with your neck, slowly turn the head down towards the armpit. And gently coming back up. Okay, let's change sides. So the left hand underneath the bum, pull the shoulder blades together and lean to the opposite direction. And if it's okay with your neck, slowly turn your chin down towards the right armpit. And gently release. Okay. If it's okay with your knees, change the directions that the knees are. So now maybe the left leg is in front. You're going to inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, arc the spine or bend the spine over to the left, including the neck. So try not to lean forward or collapse forward. Okay, so it's a, what do we call that? Vertical? Is that vertical? Oh, sagittal plane. So you're still on the sagittal plane. I don't know if I'm using that correctly, but you're on a plane here. Vertical, maybe? I don't know. Never mind. All right, we're going to go to the other side. So reaching up and over. So again, looking up at your elbow, if you can see that if the elbow is starting to move down towards the floor. So if it is, just come back up a little bit, move the elbow back, and then see if you can bend more. Okay. But if you can't and the elbow or the chest starts to collapse, then just stay up a little bit. All right, let's come back up. Okay, and release the legs, shake the knees out. Okay, so next you're going to need Maybe a blanket or pillow underneath your knees and 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use the edge, back of a chair. You can use the edge of a counter, okay, or shelves. You just want something that you can prop the backs of the elbows up on, okay? And you can do that standing, not on your knees. So I'm gonna put a blanket underneath my knees. Boop, boop. Oh yeah, that feels much better. And then I'm gonna take my blocks. Okay. Oops, maybe a little bit forward. So if you bring your elbows forward, then you can pull back a little bit, but it depends on your flexibility. Okay, and put your elbows or the backs of the arms onto the blocks or the counter. Okay. And then you pull your shoulder blades back and try to squeeze them closer together. Then start to press the chest down, the head down, and then tuck or lift the lower back up slightly and pull the hips back a little bit. So the block might even come up off the ground slightly. So try your best to keep the shoulder blades sliding towards the hips. Okay, coming back up. So you come forward, you push into your elbows, and then release. Okay, tuck your toes under. We're going to do a toe foot stretch, and then push yourself back. So you're in a little bit of a squat here, and open the big toe. So pull the big toe away from the other toes. And as you bring the knees down, try your best to push the heels back and keep your ankles coming closer together. So don't let the ankles just roll out to the side. That's what I mean. So come, wow. Okay, the knees are down. And like I keep saying, this can be level 1. You can stay here. This is a really good stretch, especially if you were climbing over the weekend. It's a really good stretch for the feet. Because we stuff, there's 4 climbers here tonight in tonight's class, so you might have gotten to escape over the weekend and get some climbing, and you stuff your feet into really small shoes. It really puts pressure on that big ball joint of the foot. So doing things like this not only help to, well, all of us, okay, even if we don't climb, helps to keep the toes flexible, strong, okay, and healthy. Also the feet. Okay, so maybe the sensation, the painful sensation is gone, or maybe your toes have just gone numb. Either way, see if you can come up to level 2 or 3 by walking your hands up onto the thighs. Okay. So we're going to take our time tonight with the feet. So we're going to stay here until the feet go numb again, or the pain goes away, or you can come back to level 1, or you can just release. Okay, that's totally fine. Okay, I think I can't feel my feet anymore. So then I'm going to pull back into, what was I calling this, level 30? Level 30 or 50. So I'm sitting now with my full body weight, or my full torso weight on my heels. Woo! Keeping my ankles from rolling out to the side, so I'm still working the muscles in the ankles and the feet. Oh boy, and that's about as far as I can stand. Okay, so coming forward, releasing the toes, maybe shake the feet out a bit. Maybe point the toes and then tap the feet, the tops of the feet on the mat. Okay, and then we're back onto the blocks. So if you needed to use your counter or the back of your chair, then go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to put my elbows on the blocks. Okay. And this time, so my hands are together, my palms are together, and I'm going to pull my shoulder blades back. Do that first. Then I'm going to slide my left hand down the forearm, pushing or externally rotating. No, you can't see that very well in the camera here, but I'm externally rotating my right upper arm and putting a little bit of force into it, into the rotation, but I'm still squeezing my shoulder blade back. Okay, let's release. We'll do that to the other side. So just slide the shoulder blade back and down, and slide the right hand down the forearm, and then you put that right hand is putting pressure in that external rotation. And slowly, gently release. Okay. And then bring your knees together. They can still be on the blanket, that's fine. And then look back at your heels. Make sure your heels are coming straight out from the knees. And then sit down. Okay. And just check to see if that's okay with your knees. You might even want to open the knees if your knees are screaming at you. But the one thing you do want to open is the big toe. So reach back and pull the big toe away from the other toes. Okay. So we're going to stretch the feet and the toes the opposite direction. So you can, I guess level one would be to take your hands back, lean back, and then start to bring the knees up. So the more you lean back, the more the knees are going to lift, and the more you're going to roll onto the feet. And I would call it level 50 is you hold here and bring your hands to your chest. Okay. But I think I'm going to stay with level 1 tonight. I'm going to work on lifting my knees. Getting up maybe a little bit deeper stretch here, huh? Okay. All right, I'm coming back. And one more time into the shoulders. So we're going to do the same thing, the first posture. Putting the elbows up on the back of your chair, your counter, or your blocks. Okay. And then lift your belly up a little bit so you're not just like this this poor old horse. Okay, I'm exhibiting the poor old horse at the moment. Okay. So you want to lift up your belly a little bit so your back is not totally crazy arched. Okay. Slide your shoulder blades back, and let's see how it feels this time. So you're going to start to press your chest down. Head comes down. Belly is lifted still. And then see if you can maybe even tuck your tailbone under a little bit more. Maybe pull the hips back, maybe a centimeter. Blocks might come off the ground, it's fine. So the back is in a slight extension. Try to keep the muscles in the shoulders contracted, pulling the shoulder blades down. Okay, coming forward, pushing into the blocks and releasing. All right. You can keep your pad for your knees if you like. Okay, we're going to warm up the wrists. Okay, so we're going to take both hands Fingers facing the knees, palms on the ground. Try to open your fingers as wide as you can, just kind of sliding them away from each other. Use the mat, and then grip the fingers, slide the shoulder blades back away from the ears. And then if your wrists are very tight, then just slowly, let's all do that together. So we're going to just massage, kind of massage this stretch. That's how I'm going to call it. It may not make sense, but massaging the stretch. You're just gently moving or rocking forward and back. And then find a position where you can just hold stable in the stretch. That's not too painful. And coming forward, you're going to go the opposite direction. Okay, so remember, the closer your fingers are to your knees, the less painful this will be. Okay, try to keep your hands active. So fingers open wide. Try to extend the elbow by stretching it straight. Externally rotate the upper arm, slide the shoulders back, and let's go ahead and rock. Okay, so now you're massaging the back of the hand. Okay, and then find a position where you can just hold here. And let's come forward. Keep the wrists like this and just turn them so the fingers face each other. Oh, man. Yeah, make a fist. Oh, this is my current favorite. I'm being sarcastic. So you want to open the fingers wide, make a fist as much as you can. Open the fingers wide. Let's do this back and forth. So this is a good moment to try to understand what's happening with your body. Okay. So let's go ahead and sit back for a moment and shake it out, and I'll talk about that a little bit. So the hands, for me, I mean, okay, we're all different, you know, definitely, we're all different, and you know, but for me, the hands are a good example of how my how would I say that? My health, but that's more general. Basically, if I need how swollen I am, if that makes sense. You know what swollen means, okay? Bloated or inflamed, okay? So sometimes depending on our food, what we're doing, stress level, okay, cortisol level. Cortisol is the stress hormone. Okay, if that gets skyrocketed, then your joints, especially the hands and the fingers, get really stiff. Okay, so that just tells me that I need to bump up the, instead of taking ibuprofen, which are amazing, that tells me that I need to bump up my turmeric intake, okay, curcumum, I think in German, and my magnesium. Okay, so like when I go home after class, I'm going to be putting a huge heaping teaspoon of my turmeric in my smoothie, okay, big with a lot of magnesium salts, okay, to help this this feeling. Okay, so it's not so if you know what I'm talking about, it's like a rusty joints. Okay, it's like okay. Hopefully you're all, you know, in your early 20s still, and you don't have these issues right now. Okay. But even with climbing, okay, anything that you're doing, handstands, okay, handstands are going to make your hands stiff. Okay, well, if you use your body, it's going to make it stiff. That's just life. Okay, so let's move on with that, my little rant. So we're going to come back, push back into downward facing dog. And of course, if you have any questions about you know, anything that I'm saying, doing, or eating, okay, these supplements that I'm taking, just send me a message and ask me about it. Okay, I usually can provide some kind of case studies for you to take a look at. Oh, excuse my grunting. Oh. So make sure that you're pushing back with the arms. Okay, so the arms are strong, pushing back. And look at your thumbs. Okay, so I had Esther 2 weeks ago and Alma last Friday in the studio, and well, actually Alma was good. Esther forgot how to use her thumbs. Okay, so you guys, you know, you're not in studio, I can't see your thumbs. So look at your thumbs and make sure you're pushing them down, so you don't see like a little what Stefan the freak, okay, calls it. He calls it a little mouse home or a mouse house. Okay, make sure there's no little mouse holes there on your thumb. So press them down and press back. Okay, then you're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. Then you're going to exhale and bring it through. And bring the left knee down, and then come up and bring your hands to the hips. Press your hips back, tuck the tailbone under, drop the right hip down, and then slowly, with the tailbone tucked, I mean, you have to work at it, slowly push forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a deep breath. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Pace your exhalation, so use the Ujjayi breath to try to exhale slowly. Then inhale, lift the left leg up and step it forward into a high lunge and release the right knee down. Come up, hands to the waist. Tuck your tailbone under, drop the left hip down, and then slowly press the hips forward. 1, pull your shoulder blades back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. So slow the breath. Then inhale, resist yourself coming forward with the hands and roll the spine forward. Exhale, push yourself back. Inhale, tuck your tailbone and roll the spine forward, squeezing the buttocks and the legs. Press your shoulders back. You're in a high plank. Exhale, push back. Make sure you're using your thumbs and your fingertips. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, push back. 2 more times with your own rhythm. Okay, walk your feet to the back of the wrists. Okay, open the toes. Grab your blocks. Okay, you can also, again, countertop, back of a chair, okay, couch, fit ball, okay, anything that's going to prop your hands up. Okay. Squeeze the legs. So you see how my hips are moving back behind the ankles? You want to move them forward. So the hips and the knees, yeah, hips and knees. I had to look, are right on top of the ankles. Okay, pull your shoulder blades back, tuck your chin, pull your belly up, lift the belly, and then inhale, try to lengthen your chest forward, hips back. Exhale. Now, if you don't feel very much here, bend the elbows until you feel something. And hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straighten the elbows and then press your heels directly forward. So the heels are lifting up and push them forward over the toes. I mean, they may not move over the toes, but use your calves. 1, try to stretch your spine forward. 2, squeeze the legs. 3, 4, 5. Gently, slowly bring the heels down. Bend the knees. Oh boy, here comes another squat. Bend your knees almost all the way so the hips are in line with the knees. And then bring your elbows right up on top of the legs. Pull your shoulder blades back, lift the belly. 1, 2, lift your toes up. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Inhale. Let's stand up. And exhale, release the arms. Okay, now you're in a Tadasana. Okay. So we're going to do this together. So I'll walk you through this. So we're going to call this A-led. Okay, so meaning it's a led class. So but I'm gonna bring you through this vinyasa, and then I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna still dictate. Okay, still leading, and I'm gonna come over and take a look. Okay, so we're gonna go through the first vinyasa slowly with detail. Okay, and then we'll pick up the pace. So you might need 1 block. So I'm gonna use the block with this height. Okay. And if you, again, I really should be sponsored by Manduka. I just have to put the paperwork in, but whatever. So I'm a spokeswoman for Manduka. So if you don't have Manduka blocks, I highly recommend them. Okay, they're really quite great. I mean, I love the cork blocks as well. The cork blocks are amazing. I mean, if you've got the cash, get both because the cork blocks actually have a purpose as well because they're heavy. But the Manduka, they're big. Okay, they're a nice size. Okay, so if you have them, you'll notice that they're a nice size. For me, I think they're a perfect size to work with in yoga. Okay, these blocks because they're kind of fat, big. Okay, so I'm working with this medium height. I'm going to put that, what is that, about 20, 30 centimeters from the front of my mat. Okay. And I'm going to put my feet right behind it. Okay. So you'll learn how far or where the block needs to be according to your body and your flexibility and your strength. Okay. So the block's purpose is to lower down, okay, into a push-up position. We call it Chaturanga Dandasana in Sanskrit. And then the block, your goal is to try to knock the block over like this. Okay, to knock the block over using your body. Okay, so I think it's a really good training technique for upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, okay, in Sanskrit, because it helps you to understand how to move forward. So it's not just lowering down and then popping the chest up. It's lowering down and your whole body shifts forward, then you straighten the arms, and that's what makes the chest come up. Okay. All right, let's try it. There'll be more details. You know me. Okay. Lift your toes up. See, there we go. Always lifting the toes up. Bending the knees slightly so you're not locking the knees back, and then push the pubic bone forward. Okay, so you're not overarching the lower back, and then externally rotate the arms, the upper arms, and then find your drishti. There's another Sanskrit word. Find your drishti. Your drishti, all it is a focal point for the eyes. So in every posture, there's a drishti. I may not tell you every single posture where it is, but there is a focal point for the eyes in every single yoga posture. So this posture, this standing posture, Tadasana, it's focused forward and slightly up. And that gives you a moment to turn inwards and try to find the sound or the feeling, the sensation of your breath. So just connect with your breath for a moment. Okay, when you're ready, bring the palms together, press them together, and reach up, stretch up. And then you're going to exhale, you're going to come down halfway. Let's do this a little bit easier tonight, okay, since you work the legs, because I want you to stay here. I want you to stay in this position, this halfway position. Nice straight back, the belly is lifted, okay? You're trying to move forward. It's almost like the heels are lifting off the ground because you're trying to shift the body weight forward, okay? Squeezing the knees, lifting them up, then come down. Okay, so if your hamstrings are not ready to come all the way down yet, then just bend the knees. Okay, don't overstretch the hamstrings. They'll get there. Don't worry, they'll get there. Okay, keep the legs active, whatever you're doing, and open the hands. So we're gonna prepare to jump back. Open your hands. Shoulder more than your shoulders distance apart, if that makes sense. So open them wider than your shoulders. There you go. That makes better sense. And then you're going to grip the fingers. You're going to lean forward, pushing the shoulders back. So now my shoulders are pushing past the wrists, and my heels lift. And I jump back into a high plank, squeeze my butt, pull my belly in, squeeze my legs. Now my elbows are going to go out to the sides as I lower all the way down onto the block. Now I'm going to push the block forward because my whole body is going to move forward. There we go. Now I'm on the top of the feet and I can push into the ground with my hands. My knees are not touching and I can squeeze my shoulder blades closer together. Okay. I got a little, you might get a little stuck here, so you can bring your knees down and get out of there, and then coming into downward facing dog. Okay. So if down dog feels weird with the hands open like this, then just bring your hands, walk them back into alignment with the shoulders. Eyes looking in between the big toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Looking forward, bend the knees and sink the hips back. And then you're going to try to jump and line your hips up on top of the wrists. You might have to heel toe the feet in a little bit. And then you're going to bend the knees, sink back. You're in an Utkatasana position, so bend the knees a lot. Take another deep breath here, and then we're going to stand up. And exhale. Find your drishti, okay, your focal point. Come back to your breath, and then we're going to do this a bit fast. Excuse me, we're going to do this faster, and I'm going to dictate, okay? All right, so when you're ready, inhale, bring the arms up. Make sure your toes are lifted and spread. Exhale, bring the palms together and come down halfway. That's it. Just hold there, breathing, lifting the belly up. Yep, you're on your own. Yep, that's it. Just lifting your belly up halfway. Try to lean forward more into the balls of the feet. And then exhale all the way down. So see if you can touch the ground without bending the knees. If you have to bend the knees, then please do that. Then inhale, lean forward, open the hands wider than your shoulders, grip the fingers into the mat, lean forward, lift your heels up, exhale, jump back, lower yourself onto your block or lower your elbows halfway, and then inhale, move forward into upward facing dog. Hold here for a moment, just keep breathing. Make sure that your knees are off the ground, the tops of the feet are on the ground. You're pulling your shoulders back, pushing into the ground with the hands hard. Then push yourself back, downward facing dog. You can come from the knees or the feet. That's it. And just move your feet or your hands to make it more comfortable for yourself. And then eyes looking in between the big toes. So that would be your drishti. Okay, it's not a traditional drishti. Traditional drishti would be at the tip of your nose, okay, but I prefer the in between the big toes, so you're looking at your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, prepare to jump. So open your feet, bend your knees. You might even want to walk your feet forward a little bit, bend your knees way back, and then look forward and jump. That's it. And then inhale, exhale, see if you can bring your forehead down to your legs. And then inhale, squat back into a Utkatasana. Yeah, and then inhale, let's come all the way back up, reaching up. Make sure you don't lock the knees back. And exhale, bring the arms down, externally rotating the upper arms. And check your feet, either big toes together, heels apart, or your feet are open your hip distance. Okay, it's up to you. All right, we're going to do that again, and I'm going to watch. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward bend halfway. So check your legs, squeeze them. You have to flick your mind to the thighs and make sure they're squeezing. Lift your belly up, squeeze the belly, and pull your shoulder blades back. Move forward a little bit more, almost like you're going to fall forward. And then inhale, exhale, bring the hands down. That's it. So get your hands open wider than your shoulders, grip the mat so you can bend your knees, so you can move forward. So move your body weight forward into the hands. Yep. And then exhale, jump back. That's it. Lower yourself onto your block or halfway. And then inhale. Your body is like a board. It moves forward. All in one. That's it. Just hold there for a moment. Knees are off the ground. You're trying to tuck your pubic bone under, pulling the belly tight. Pull your shoulder blades together. Now push back, downward facing dog. Good. And then your eyes look in between the big toes. Make any kind of adjustments that you need to, hands and feet. Okay, 1. Remember to externally rotate the upper arms. 2. And that is a constant, okay? This checklist, this physical biomechanic anatomy checklist, it's a constant, okay? It never stops. 3, 4, 5. Okay, open the feet. Bend your knees and sink your hips way back. Extend the arms, pull your shoulders back, look forward. Keep looking forward and jump. That's it. And then fix your feet if you need to. See if you can press your head down towards your knees. Exhale. And then inhale, shifting your weight backwards, bending the knees so you're in the hips. Yep, Utkatasana. And then let's inhale, come all the way back up, reaching up. Okay, exhale, arms in external rotation. Okay, find your drishti, focus on your breath, and we're going to do this one more time so I can still take a look. So I'm just taking a look at everybody. Okay, and when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up, try to lengthen up as high as you can. Exhale, palms together, forward bend halfway, and hold here. Okay, really squeeze the legs. Squeeze the legs. If your knees are bent, just make sure that the toes are lifted and spread. Very active. Reach your chest more forward, hips back. Tuck your chin slightly, pull the belly up. Take a deep breath. Exhale, hands to the ground. Open the hands wider than your shoulders. Fingertips spread. Nice, Shadeen. And then exhale, jump back. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Okay, and then little half plank there, bending the elbows out to the side, and then inhale, shifting forward and up, and just hold there. Just hold there and feel that. So press into the hands hard. So you're not sagging in the lower back, you're pushing the arms straight, and the shoulder blades are coming closer together. All right, downward facing dog. Exhale. Good. Okay, so make your adjustments. Make your adjustments. And then really push back with the hands. So use the thumbs, use the fingertips. So you should be pushing back so hard that maybe the thumbs and the fingertips are white. Okay, 1. 2. And Melanie, I would bend your knees a little bit. Yeah, now push back even more. Yeah, that looks much better. Looks much better. 3. 4. I think Catherine's going to get her bottle of gin. 5. All right, bend the knees. And prepare to jump. So open the feet, bend the knees, sink the hips back, look forward, grip the fingers, and jump into the hands. That's it. Okay. And press your head into your knees if you can. If not, that's all right. And then sink back. So sink the hips back, bend the knees, bring the elbows on top of the, that's all right, Shadeen, whatever you want to do. Bring the elbows on top of the thighs if you want. Take a deep breath here. And then inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana. Okay, sorry, I was taking a little drink of water. All right, so let me, excuse me, I'm coming back. Feeling like a broken horse in the moment. All right. That's why I'm going to check on you tomorrow, because I'm feeling broken after doing all those squats. Okay. All right, I'm going to fix my block. Okay, then we're gonna move on. We're going to vinyasa down, and then we're going to move on. Okay. When you're ready, looking at your drishti, and inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, coming down halfway, squeeze the knees. Just focus on the knees and the thighs and the belly leaning forward. Can you lift your toes up off the ground? Woo! And then bring the hands down to your block. Let's just hold here for a moment. Okay, and see if you can get your knees to go straight. Okay, you might have to come up on 2 blocks, okay, to get the knees to come straight. But if you're already a little bit flexible and your upper hamstring's okay, it's not burnt or hurting, squeeze your legs a little bit harder and see if you can bring maybe the hands down. And then see if you can turn the sits bones up. So I've got some really pointy, the point on my bum or where my sits bones are. Okay. So I can, let's see if I can, yeah, see I'm tucking my tailbone under. And now I'm going to lift my sits bones up and my bum gets a bit pointier. Okay, so I'm going to tuck my tailbone under, which means my sits bones are dropping down towards the floor. And now I'm lifting my sits bones up towards the ceiling. Okay, so that's how you do it. Lift your sits bones up towards the ceiling only if that hamstring attachment isn't screaming at you. Okay, and then drop your head down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Prepare to jump back. And lower yourself down, and then inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, you're going to lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. And then walk the left foot forward slightly so you can bring the heel down. Okay. And then use your block. Both blocks would be better, but I can't reach my second block, so I'm going to use one. Okay, so if you have both your blocks are underneath your hands. Now, lift your toes up on the right foot, push the ball of the foot down, and then hook your finger, your thumb, into the right hip, and you pull the right hip back, and that is what straightens the right knee. Squeeze so the muscles on top of the knee are hard. Okay, don't let this leg relax. All right, 1, 2, 3. It's a hamstring stretch. I think you probably figured that out. 4, 5. Now we're going to take a bit of a twist from here. So you're going to take your right arm back behind your back. And keep pulling your right hip back and just open your shoulder and your arm towards the right side. 1, 2, keep the right leg strong. 3, 4, 5. Now, track the right knee. Track the right knee forward. Take the left foot to the top of the foot. And then bend the knee all the way down. Make sure the knee or the ankle, the heel, whichever, ankle or heel is pointing straight back from the left knee. And walk your hands back. Okay, so you're sitting on the heel. Now you're going to take your block and put it underneath the right hip. Oh yeah. Okay, Triang Mukhai Paschimottanasana. It's one of the longest Sanskrit postures. Okay, the words. Okay, so this is another, as you can see, another hamstring stretch. So we're gonna crawl forward. Okay, so don't let this knee hyperextend, meaning pushing down. So you got to keep this leg strong. And then walk forward. Okay. If you can, extend your back, meaning trying to straighten it, but if you can't, that's fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You can see if you can bend the spine maybe a little bit more, bringing the forehead down closer to the knee. 4, 5. Okay, you're going to inhale, come up. You're going to exhale, take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. You're going to turn the palm facing me. Okay, so it's the back of the hand on the thigh. Pull your shoulder blades back and down. Keep your hips squared so you don't lift one hip higher than the other. And then you're going to bring your right arm into a cactus. And then pull that elbow and shoulder back. So yes, you can employ the abs, okay, to try to twist a little bit more in the spine, but use your arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's come back. These are one of those moments where I'm hoping that I remember the sequence on the other leg. Because we've got one more. So I would recommend Before you even try to get up, I would recommend hand underneath the right knee, bend the knee first. Okay, bend the knee. Then you're in a Madhyachasana position. Okay, then come forward. So try to come straight forward. Don't roll inside the left knee. Okay, the knee joint. So try to come straight forward. Then you can walk yourself out. Okay, if you want, use your blocks. We're going to do Chaturanga Dandasana. Okay, and then inhale, roll forward from high downward facing dog, squeeze the bum. Exhale onto the block. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Let's just hold here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring it, step it forward. And you might want to step the right foot slightly forward so you can push the heel down. Okay, I'm going to use my block. Okay, lift your toes up on the left foot, push the ball of the foot down so you can feel the calf engage. Take your left thumb, hook your hip, pull the hip back, and that's what lengthens that knee. Okay, that's what straightens it. And then make sure that both thighs are squeezing. You have to do that this whole time. Okay, 1. Nice straight spine. Shoulders back. 2. Keep the legs strong. 3. 4. Belly lifted. 5. Slide the left arm behind you, lower back. And then use the shoulder and the arm, the elbow, and twist towards the left. 1. Keeping both legs nice and strong. 2. Keep your belly lifted. 3. 4. 5. Okay. So I think from here we went down. I hope that's where we went. Okay, so you're gonna track the left knee forward, switch so the top of the right foot's on the mat, and then bring the knee down. I would put your block back there first, underneath the left hip. Okay. Make sure your heel is coming straight back from the knee and try not to move inside the knee joint. And then slowly move straight back. Use your hands. Sit the left hip onto the block or a pillow. Okay. All right, just make sure your knees stay. So if the right knee doesn't like this kind of bend, you can always open the knee out to the side. Okay, that helps to take some of the pressure off the knee. It could. I'm not going to say an indefinite or no. Never mind, moving forward. I forgot the English word. Okay, keeping the left leg strong. And then coming forward or crawl forward. And let's go ahead and tuck the chin. If you can, keep your back straight for the first 3, and then we'll round the back. 1. 2. 3. 4. Oh, rounding the back. Excuse me. 5. Okay, let's come back up. All right, let's do that little twist. So take your right hand, back of the hand on the outside of the left thigh. And that's just to keep you kind of in position. And then cactus, left arm and cactus. Shoulder blades back and down. Try not to move your hips. And then pull the left elbow back and try to squeeze the shoulder blade closer to the spine first. Then pull the belly back and see if you can use some of your obliques to twist. Just a small motion, but it's mainly the work is in the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, coming forward and releasing. Whew. Okay, so let's go ahead and bend the right knee, your other right, your left knee. Bend that knee in. And then use your hands. Don't fishtail inside the knee joint. Just try to come straight forward. Let's go ahead and push back, downward facing dog. And then inhale, roll your spine forward into a high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, so bring your knees down. Okay, so we've been working on pincha training at the wall. Tonight we're gonna skip the wall. We're just gonna use the mat. Of course, when we go into kicking up, okay, we can use the wall. All right, so if you're wearing sleeves, you might want to pull up the sleeves. Okay, and then using pincha arms. Make sure your fingers are open wide and both forearms are parallel with each other. Tuck your toes and then push yourself back. So really use the thumbs. Slide your shoulders back and up towards the hips. Open your toes and then really use the thumbs. Push back, push back, push back. 1, 2, relax your neck but keep your shoulders lifting towards the hips. 3, keep pushing with the hands. 4, 5, bring the knees down. Just pull back, extended child's pose for a few breaths. 1, 2, 3, 3, okay. And then set your arms up again, and we're coming up again. Okay, push your shoulders back. Now, lift your heels and walk your feet halfway between where they are now and your elbows. Open the feet wide, and then push back. Push back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Walk back and then come down. Okay, you can just sit on the heels, swing the arms. Okay, we're going to use the blocks. Okay, so you're going to stand up on the block. So this is going to put more pressure on the hamstrings and more pressure, more body weight in the forearms, in the hands. Yay! Maybe put the blocks in between the knees. Push them back, push the block back, something like that. Okay, set your hands up, pull your shoulders back, and then walk up onto the block. Open your toes, lift your heels, and then push into the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got to do that more often. Okay, that one in particular, we have to do a lot more often. All right, swing the arms. Okay. So remember, those are the first 3 basics. Okay. You want to if you ever feel too tired or maybe I don't know, muscle sore. I mean, when I'm muscle sore, I still do it anyways, but you can always come back to these 3 basic positions for pincha. It's really good training for the arms, the upper body, the shoulders, and the legs. Okay, so stretching the hamstrings. You also want to, or you can also do this, you know, on your own at home. A little training for the legs and the upper body. All right. Okay, so let's come back into downward facing dog. Staying there, looking in between the big toes. I think somebody sent me a little love note here. Oh, yes. I'm missing some messages here. Oh, it's Catherine. Okay. Oh, and Gertie. Okay. All right, they bailed out on us. Okay. All right. Okay, so if you want, you can jump halfway, and then we're gonna turn towards the camera in a little squat. So if you need to, you can put something underneath your heels, and the little squat is big toes together, heels apart. Okay. Try to keep your ankles coming closer together, and we'll go to the right side first. So we're just walking. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh. Oh. All right, so bringing the hands onto the left side, or sorry, the right side of your body if you can. If you can't reach the ground, that's all right. Just brace your arms, you know, against the leg if you can. Just do the best you can. And then pull the left knee back. So make sure the knees are squared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Walk yourself to the left. Oh man, I'm like the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz. Okay, look at your knees, make sure they're squared, and then you can put pressure. And I would call this a horizontal bending of the spine now, because our spine is kind of on a horizontal plane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, coming back to center. Ooh, that was just a warm up for the for the twist. Okay, and then just step your feet open, lift the knees, step your feet open for Padottanasana here. Oh. Big toes in, heels out, open your toes. Make sure your legs are active, and then either hang. If you're more flexible, you'll let the forearms come all the way down to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so leaning forward into the balls of the feet, take the left hand underneath your face. Okay. And then you're going to twist open to the right. And bring the right hand underneath your face. And twist open to the left. And then walk your feet back together, big toes touching, heels apart. Bending the knees. And this time we're gonna see if we can take a balance. Okay, all the way over to the right side. Hands are open, your shoulder distance apart. And then grip the mat, and I move directly the same direction as my fingers are pointing. Bending the elbows and moving in that direction. And then I use my obliques and I lift my feet off the ground. And then I push myself off the, how do I say that? Then I push into the ground with my hands and I come back. I go to the other side. Move the same direction as my fingers. One side's better than the other, and one day is better than the other. Then I come back and I'm ready to do something else. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and finish up with our pincha practice, and then we can do some forward bends and then, calm down a little bit. Okay. So, pincha practice, I highly recommend trying not to, you use the wall, meaning that the wall is there, you're close enough to the wall that it's there, but try to kick up without using the wall, okay, without touching the wall. So it's important to train, to try to train that way, because we've been using the wall for 2 years now. I've been using the wall for 25 years. So you gotta uncondition the conditioning. Okay. And I wouldn't use pincha. Okay, I wouldn't use the full pincha hands. I would interlace the fingers. Okay, it's much easier. All right, interlacing the fingers. Okay. Try both legs. Yeah, good. Nice. Yeah, that's it, Laura. Yeah. And then Laura, if you can balance, if you can get the balance here, I'm going to pin you so I can see you a little bit closer. I'm bringing Laura closer to me. Oops, let me remove my pin. Hold on, sorry. Let me remove my pin. Okay, so I would recommend, Laura, if you can hit the balance, hold it, and then slowly start to touch that foot to the other leg and slowly slide that foot up the leg. Yeah, nice. Fun. Yeah, there you go, Shadeen. Yeah. Looks good. All right, let's see what you guys are doing. Yeah, good. Okay, Christina, you're looking forward. Yeah, good. Yeah, there you go. Can you do the other leg, Christina? That's the weird leg. That's the adopted child leg. All right, have you tried this, Sebastian? Have you tried this yet? Yeah, I'm just taking a look at everybody here. That's it. So make sure you look forward. Oh, nice shoulders. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Good, good. That's it. Yeah, good.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, super. Super. Yay. Okay. Are you done, Mel? Are you done going upside down? Yeah. Yeah, that's the other leg, isn't it? Yeah, good. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. No, it looks good. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, you're getting it. Yeah, nice, Lise. Nice. Super. All right, you guys. Either do it a couple more times or meet me back at the mat and we'll start to kind of chill out a little bit more. Okay. Oh. It's amazing what a little squatting will do. Okay. All right, so I'm going to make my bum comfortable with my blanket. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to sit on the blanket. Oh. Excuse all the grunting. Can't help it. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a Janu Shashasana variation. So let's take the right leg, just open it as wide as your mat and bring the left foot in so that it's touching the inner thigh. And always, if the left knee doesn't feel okay like this, you can put a block underneath the knee. Okay, just protect the knee. And then we'll slowly, we'll just crawl forward, directly forward. So as far forward as you can, tuck the chin. You can even close the eyes if that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you can, now you're going to walk yourself over the right leg So both hands over the right leg. Even if you can't reach as far forward as some of us, you can always come back up and just get your hand, even if the palm doesn't press down, that's all right. Just try to get yourself in this little bit of a twist. Okay, but the far forward, the farther forward is better. Okay, tuck your chin, 1. So we're mainly targeting the side body, maybe the side of the hip, the left hip. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, walk yourself back to center, then walk yourself back up. Okay, let's change legs. So again, if your right knee doesn't feel okay here, put a blanket or a block underneath the knee. Okay. And then we're gonna go forward, straight forward. And then tuck your chin, pull your shoulder blades back, and close your eyes if you want. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Walking yourself to the outside of the left leg. Drop your head. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Walking yourself back to the center, then walking yourself up. Okay, release the legs. Okay, and oh, what was I going to do after that? Okay, no, we'll go back. I'll remember. I forgot. But let's open the legs. I want to do this one as well. Maybe I'll remember the straight leg one that I wanted to do. Okay. So if it's very difficult for you, this is called Upavishta Konasana. If it's very difficult for you to come forward, all the way down, chest down to the ground, okay, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to, I highly recommend taking your hands and using them as wedges, okay, like a wedge you would put in a door. Oh God, I knew the German word for that too. Shit. But I haven't used it, so I forgot it. Okay, so a wedge that you put to keep a door open or under a tire for your car so the car doesn't roll. So that's your hands. Okay, you're gonna flip them back so the palms are on the ground, but you're gonna take the hands underneath the thighs, so above the knee. Okay, just like this. And then you bend the elbow, pull the shoulders back, and then you can you can use your hands and your arms, your forearms as wedges, okay, and come down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. All right, let's bend. We'll do one more, and then we'll do some rest. Take your your left knee in. And again, you can always put block under the knee. Actually, I'm going to do that. There we go. Just much more stable when the knee is propped up with a block. And then I'm going to take my first 2 fingers and I'm going to reach down, grab onto my big toe. Oh, the ice cream truck is out again. I have to go and beat him. I don't like the ice cream man. Okay, so all right, long story, but all right, then you're gonna pull yourself closer to your big toe, basically. And if you can, push your chest back. So lean back a little bit. You can keep your left hand on your waist. Try to open your shoulder towards the ceiling. 1, 2. I'm like, it's not even summertime and the ice cream man is already out. Poor guy. 3. Desperate times. 4. 5. Okay. Oh, coming back up. Okay, changing legs. Oh my God, I haven't been this broken in a long time. Okay, it's awesome. All right, take your first 2 fingers, grab onto that big toe. Oh, okay, excuse me. And then pull yourself towards the big toe, hand on the waist. Open your shoulder towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Release the legs. All right. 2 choices. You can do legs up the wall, or just lay back in. Oh, you have 3 choices: or lay back in Shavasana, or lay back in Shavasana. There's a third one. With the feet propped up on something. You can even use your couch. You can put your feet up on the couch or blankets, any kind of bedding, pillows, anything, blocks. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to turn down my lights, get set up here. Okay, and then once you get set up, just try to relax your breath. No weird breathing technique. And just relax your breath. Just try to keep your mind focused on this moment.